Hello friends, welcome to the first tutorial on R programming. In this tutorial, we will review some basic concepts of R like scalar operations, vector operations and matrix operations. So first of all, we will start. At this point, I will presume that everybody of you installed R and R Studio on their laptops or desktops. First, we will start learning how to assign a value to a variable. So, assigning a value to a variable can be done in two ways. In one way is using normal equal to operator, or else using left arrow operator. X and so now I am assigning x and x1, x a value 2 and x1 a variable value 2. Now let me add these two variables for you. X plus x1. Normally you can divide or multiply anything. It's a normal thing. You can star operator, you can multiply, you can slash a backslash operator, you can divide, and you can using minus operator you can subtract on these things. So this is about scalar operations. Coming to vectors, so there is a subtle difference between vectors and matrices in R. In most of the softwares, you can see the vectors are being treated as a single column matrices, but in R it's not the case. In R, vectors are different and matrices are different. Suppose you have a vector 2 3 4 and you want to assign that one to a variable x. So you can do this by C. C is nothing but concatenation. Means now you are concatenating 2 3 4 and you are storing in x. You can see here x 2 3 4. So it is abnormal, will store all the values, variables which you are assigning, all the variables which you are storing. This thing x is 2 3 4. Now I will take another vector 4 5 6. Suppose now you want to concatenate this x and x1 vectors and store in a variable x2, x and x1. Now it concatenated both elements in x and elements in x1 and it's stored in the value x2. And normal, what are the operations you will be doing on scalar like logarithmic, exponential, all these operations you can do on vectors. But one thing I have to remember, all these operations will do only on element wise. Suppose you want to calculate exponential of this vector, so it will calculate each element exponential and it will return that thing. And you want to know more about this vector, then you can summary of this vector. So using summary command, it will return all first median, mean, median, or quantile, first quantile, second quantile, all these values. You can see the first quantile minimum value is 2 and maximum is 6, and first quantile, median, mean, all these values it will return. Suppose you want to extract the specific elements of this vector, so this can be done using square braces, square braces, right? And by giving the corresponding index to this. Suppose you want to extract third element from this vector x2 of 3, x2 of 3, as you can see it's a third element and fourth element is 4 and 4, so it extracted a third element. Suppose you want to extract 3 and 4, 3 to 4, 4 4. Okay, so in some operations you don't want to extract a particular element, you want to extract remaining elements. So this can be done by in two ways. One way is to give all the indexes corresponding except that element. Suppose you don't want second element to be retrieved, so you can not extract second element. This in R we can do it simply in simple terms. If you give negative index to that corresponding negative, put minus in front of that corresponding element which you don't want to retrieve. Now see, the result is same, it has not retrieved the second element. So this is the simplest way of doing in R. So like that you can do any all scalar operations, anything. Now let's move on to matrix operations. In matrix operations, we can construct matrix by using matrix command. The syntax, all the things you can type help, you can go to help and you can search for the whatever the command you want. Sorry, matrix, it has listed with matrix on this thing command. Now you can see what the help and syntax for this, and what are the options, various options, and a detailed description of all the things. And at last, some example how to construct a matrix. Let's construct a matrix of elements 1 to 10. Now we have specified elements, and now we have to give number of rows. It can take number of columns. So now I am mentioning number of rows is 5 and the number of columns is 2. I'm sorry, this is spelling mistake, it's n row. So now you can see x is 1 2 3. So first it has assigned all the values to column wise. Now if you suppose you want to fill up the first row 1 2 and 3 4, now you have to give by row equal to true. By default, a by row option is there in available in matrix, that will be false. So you have to toggle that one to true. This can be done by using by row equal to. So now you can see 1 2 3 listings. Next, all the operations which are done on scalars, vectors, you can do on matrices also, except one thing, matrix multiplication. This matrix multiplication is somewhat different. As you know, matrix, there are two types of multiplication. One is element wise multiplication or normal matrix multiplication. If you want to do element wise multiplication, you can give normal star operator will do only element wise multiplication. Suppose you want to use matrix multiplication, then you want to enclose this star operator in a percentage symbol. Sorry, because matrix multiplication, right, we had to use transpose, because transpose T is nothing but a transpose operator. T of some matrix, it will give computer transpose, it will print the transpose of the thing. Now what I did, I took a 5 by 2 matrix and I transpose, multiply with the transpose, means 5 by 2 and 2 by 5. I should get a 5 by 5 result answer. Now I got 5 by 5 answer. This thing. Now next is how to compute matrix inverse. Matrix inverse can be computed by using solve command. Solve of, I'm sorry, because x is a 2 by 5, right? So I want to extract only. So this is the solve command. So x of 1 to 2, 1 to 2 is nothing but I am extracting first 2 rows and first 2 columns. This extracting indices also as like a vector itself. Vector, but vector was only one row. But in matrix we have row and column, so we have to give both row and column dimensions. So 1 to 2, 1 to 2, it will extract the diamond, it will extract the corresponding 2 by 2 matrix. This is computed inverse, and we can, by after computing inverse, we can use another command also. It's qr.solve. qr.solve of x of 1 to 2, 1 to 2. So the basic difference between solve and qr.solve is the qr.solve, it ensures numerical stability while computing inverse. That's all. The remaining things is same. Now let's go to the plots. How to plot it? And suppose you have 1 to 10. So this plot of x. By default, plot command will plot as a scatter plot. It will plot only points. It won't plot any lines. Suppose you want to have lines, then you can specify type as I want line plot. Line plot. So, and here you can give some title for this plot also, as a reference plot. So you can see this, and you can change this font of this axis also. It's so for that. And one more thing, you can recall the previously executed commands by using up arrow. If you click up arrow, the previously executed command will be there. Will come. So for that, to change the font axis, you can see now the font axis has changed. So like that, you can play around these plots in R. So this is the end of the first tutorial. R. In the next tutorial, we will discuss about some probability testing functions, how to estimate mean, covariance, all these things. Thank you.